You know, guys, I think that most of the people that I'll speak to are aware of the fact that there's a series of structures and other things that have been hidden from us. This isn't a secret. It's been going on for thousands and thousands of years. In this particular instance, it's pretty interesting to see how it all kind of fits together with the ancient foundations that it's atop of. Across here, you'll see a site that you can see me going down into a mound entrance. We have the water tower over there. I've got to tell you, we've got portals opening up there on camera for you guys to actually look at. It's the substance of a lot of different things that we've heard over the years, like testimonies of people talking to us about Project Looking Glass and other things like that. If you're not aware of the things I've been talking about along this line here, this is the northern 33-degree meridian parallel. And I just walked out. This is a mound that runs all the way through here. It's a complex of underground, we'll call them facilities at this point, but the date of these is exceedingly old, guys. It's well beyond the modern archaeological kind of dogma or orthodoxy that's out there that's accepted at this time. And you can kind of see the hump there of the mound. And they've built on top of this. It does continue across the street inside the 33-degree. It's a pretty broad range here. And there's a series of different sites along it, and the way that they function is something that we're going to get into talking about a little bit more. So I just wanted to do a quick little video and kind of narrate that. Of course, we do also have the Walmart here. We've heard the stories about, are there underground facilities at the Walmarts? Not something that I came out about, not something that I've discussed previously. Something, however, that I have experienced in the past. And there's been what I consider to be a radical transformation in the context for which these facilities occur. And the one here, as well as two others, are in the cranium. It's a head. It's a skull of a classic alien shape that people consider to be an alien shape, much like what we've seen in Egypt and in other places. The elongated skull. This one is so big that it really just kind of makes you question reality, to be frank with you guys. And you have to excuse me, I'm not a camera guy. I could be, but I want to get in here and show you more. We're going to show you how it connects in and how you can even see the ancient kind of walkway from the satellite that goes right up towards the back of that Walmart right there, the back of it right there. So all of that's quite a bit. And there is if you look just across here, okay, see that building? That's a dump. It's a dump in the middle of town, which is very odd. I've got to tell you, I've been all over the United States. There is no other instance that I have seen in which we see a dump incorporated into the design planning of a city that is so in the city, if you will, as that one right there. Okay? And I've got to tell you this. They've been pulling relics and other things out of this underground facility, for which they'll have a series of gravel pits right along here, guys. This is the quintessential way in which to conceal an underground facility. If you're worried about it, this is something that our enemies already know. I feel like you deserve to know. It gets into our ancient history. At this point, they've been doing this for so long that largely the threats that were associated with this from the perspectives of the ones who designed this system to be able to function the way they wanted it to in the city planning evidently have taken a step back. They've been kind of pushed back and said, what, get out of the way, because we're not, there has been elements of really satanic worship. You can see these upside down stars here. These guys know what they're doing, and they run this type of thing. Archetypal energy is very powerful. That's beyond the scope of this conversation. I don't want to be too esoteric for people. I want to show you where I am, what's going on, and give you a sense of it just on video. then we can go back in with the aerials and everything, and we'll get you some better video than this. But just being able to catalog this is important. I go back and I watch some of the old whistleblowers, like Al Bielek, for example, and a lot of the information he knew what he was saying was really important. And people like that have kind of inspired me to say, well, I need to leave a record of where I am, so in the future they can have a context in case this information is not disseminated properly or doesn't catch on or whatever it is. There will be a time where people will hunger for this because it's that important. We've got portal technology here. We have some very sophisticated technological systems, including artificial intelligence, and it all runs along the 33 here, and it's all right down this line. And from an aerial perspective, it really opens up to see what's going on. It's a fascinating thing. It's not anything to be afraid of, but it can be a little spooky. When you look at the aerial, you see this little thing over here. I took you to the Dallas Morning News last night. Did a couple of pictures and other things there. I'll put some of that stuff back up. I'll get back over there later on today. The train tracks are right there. It's an underground facility, it's an access point. I've talked to engineers. I've known about it since I was a little kid, just because of my dad and what he was privy to. And so the way that corporatism was shaped by the elements of the 33 degree and the scientific community, academia. I mean, the University of Texas at Dallas has had such a vested interest in the things that I'm telling you here in a clandestine fashion, mind you, that they've had leading experts in the world right here in Dallas working on these, series of hidden mounds, and I mean, really an ancient, excuse me, civilization, guys. An entire civilization was right here in the distant past, and the remnants of it are all around us, and it's completely not known by really anyone out here. And so when I get out and I talk to people about it, sometimes they have an interest, sometimes they don't, and it's a little bit discontenting when you think that, wow, this is like a massive discovery, what we're talking about. We've got the mounds, we've got the tunnels, we've got the aerial photography, we've got the testimonies, we've got all of this stuff. And for whatever reason, people have the problem of, not making sense of it. Of course, here's another Sam's. I've been living right on top of an entrance to this ancient mound. I know what it is. I'm talking about it. And, I'm being visited by people from different lodges, different, elements within the defense and intelligence community, and putting it on camera for you guys. Keeping it as real as I can and as raw as it is. And I'm going to start to polish this up. I'm going to make some transitions of, really being in the field. I've gotten a lot of work done out here, guys. It's amazing. But trying to transition into dissemination and how to kind of package this up for you guys is just something that